Okay, so hi everyone. So today we're gonna start. We're gonna continue working actually on our app image installer. So I fixed also how my audio was because it was kind of let's not say a bad word. It was not good. It was I made it great again. Okay, so now it's better. Well, at least better than the U.S. is great again after what 4 years of whatever that was. So after this little jab at a random person in the world, let's continue on. So where we left off yesterday, we were able to print everything, but I kind of realized afterwards that it's not necessarily the behavior that we want. So the issue is when what we want to list is actually what applications are installed. Now, to install applications, there's going to be a couple things that we need to do. And, like maybe I should have a look at how Scoop works. So, scoop.sh. We won't listen to that, but basically, what you can do is you can do like stuff. Yeah, when it's installed, you can do scoop help, which will show you each command. Now we don't have each command that we want, but what we could add is maybe status, the search. We already have uninstall and RM. Well, we didn't add it yet, but we're gonna add it. Because the hard part is actually gonna be how do we install it? So we want things to be available, but at the same time, our application's gonna need links. So we're gonna have to look at how we handle symlinks. Now, one of the solutions maybe is gonna be how I did it. So I don't remember how I did it for. Yeah, how I did it for. What's the name? Yeah, my old version of it that I had. So the shovel that's made with hacks, basically. So I'm gonna have a look at the source of that, because I had a solution for that, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a private repo, so I'm gonna need to log in. I mean, I should probably log in before streaming, so people don't. Yeah, but so let's go see my repositories, and then let's write shovel. Shovel. Yeah, just load. Okay. So. Ah, yeah, that's stupid. It's shovel old. Yeah, that one. That I started in 2019. So what did I do when I installed? So I had some cruft in there. Pub install. So yeah, we used to cheat and use wget instead of using libcurl. Personally, I prefer using libcurl. So let's see, what do we do in download and install? So we get the home path. So we used to install it in... Okay, so we download it there. Or we just make a JSON probably. So I create the directory, I create that directory. And then I move that from the local place. Interesting. Home. Oh, it's because Shovel would reside in the home directory, probably. So that's probably it. And then I would use kmod. So I'm probably going to need to do this also. So I'm going to need to... So I remember what I did last time. So I programmed the search beforehand. So we had the search, and we would use the search, and if the search couldn't find the project, we would do something. So we'll try to do that. So we're gonna do something similar. So the list is gonna be something that's less frequent, right? So we're gonna look at the install. And we're also gonna look at the search. So else, well, yeah. So we'll use the search inside here. We're gonna need to program the search. Where did I put? Yeah, there. And search. Let's do that. No, it's gonna return a bool. No. It's actually gonna return the item. That would make more sense. A lot more sense. Because we're already parsing it, right? So, yeah. So we'll return the C JSON pointer. So that can be null, right? So we're going to use the fact that it can be null as the boolean in our situation. Okay. Search. So we're going to have a const car pointer, which is a name. And of course, we're going to receive what is gonna enable us to actually search everything. So we'll do the same thing. But we won't do that. We will do the if. We don't actually need the if, do we? Probably not. We'll do a string compare. str compare. We're gonna have this, and then we're gonna have equal. Yeah, wait. So this is equal to name. So if that is 0, it means that we found it. And then we're gonna return this name. No, the data. We're gonna return the data, and if all else fails, we return null. So that should be fine. I mean, we don't need to have a lot of spaces and stuff. It can be compact like this. Yeah, let's do it that way. We should probably change. So here's my issue. So basically right now, we always start from the beginning. Thing is, we want to search, for example, for a name, a specific name. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Because I wanted to cheat, and but we can't start from the end, right? Well, we could. I mean, changing that is trivial. Int add equal 1 plus equal. Yeah, it's not trivial. We'll leave it like that for now. We'll evaluate that later, because it could be interesting to add if the letter starts with Z, we start at the end. If not, because there's still 1,000 objects, right? So that's a lot of things to search. In theory, we could just create a thread and just separate those in between threads, because we know the size, right? And so we could say like one thread check that, one thread check that, etc. But it would be probably some preemptive optimization, which isn't necessarily needed, because like parsing 1,000 objects is quite fast usually. I mean, unless I see some performance impacts, I won't debug it, I guess. I'm probably gonna need to use a library to have some performance check, Because I don't know if this has a profiler. It would be fun to have a profiler in code blocks. Let's have a search. In code blocks. Yeah, but how do they profile it? I think I would need to use gprof that is separate. There is a solution to profile in general that would be like cross-platform. I mean, I don't need a cross-platform way, but I just need a UI for it. Oh, there's a profiler. Project build options, and then project build options. Profiling. Can we see the profiler? Profiler. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So that's in Unreal Engine, but I don't care about that. I want to profile. I mean, I need to use gprof, I guess. What is gprof? Is that a visual thing? I'm not there yet. Okay. But we can profile the code. I guess. Or is there a profiler? Yeah, we'll look at that later. I'll remove it for now, because we probably don't need it, but yeah. Okay. So let's do the search. I need to look at the code. Well, not at the code, but at the JavaScript JSON file. So what name do we have? Let's find a random name one. Aranim. It's crazy. Name Akasha. Let's not use Akasha. It gets on my nerve. Akasha project. Let's find something random. We have Clementine. Clementine remote. Okay. Let's use that. Clementine remote. Okay, so how did I do it? Set up project arguments. Okay. It's kind of odd. So, search. And then, search. We're gonna have the name, so it's argv2. And then apps, right? Yeah, that's what I wrote. And that's gonna return a C JSON app. So if app not equal null, let's just pretty print it for now. So C JSON print. I mean, it's gonna be ugly, but we're just gonna print it anyways. So app. And print returns, yeah, it returns a string, right? So we need to do printf. So this, and this. And else, we're gonna do something else. Print f app not found. App isn't on the app image hub. There we go. argv2. So let's hope that it actually works. So we're gonna put a breakpoint here, and we're gonna debug. Oh no! What happened? What happened? Oh yeah, I forgot to add a pointer thing. The pointer things. We need them pointer things. So let's go into that. So the length is always, where's my watch? Where's my Mr. Game & Watch? So the count is 1,000, and let's just hope that it breaks. So we'll continue. So it never found it. What I didn't check though is, so it found the search, but it didn't find Clementine. Let's see why. Let's debug again. Okay, so it's Clementine blah blah blah. Clementine remote. Now if we look, Oh, the count is not good. Okay, count is 0. So Clementine is like what? The one. Yeah, it's quite far though. So how did I do my search? Did I forget to do like string compare? Okay. Yeah, I need a way to know what that string is. Const car pointer. Well, not maybe const, but like cur. Let's do that for now. No, yeah, not that, but cur app name. So, yeah. Dun, dun. So that's Akasha, and let's at least be at oh god. It'd be fun to have, like, I'm gonna put it there because it just makes more sense. And then we're gonna say yay. So at TDB, la 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 la. Alduin. Oh, because there's slashes. Ah. Interesting. So we need to remove the slashes from them, right? So that's probably the issue. Avocado, AZ Painter. There's a couple of stuff there that's interesting. Blender, blah blah blah. Bootstrap Studio, blah blah blah. Brainwaves, Speescan, Bish. I should really have chosen one of the first names. It would have been simpler. Because now we're gonna arrive at Clementine and whatever, and it's going to have taken like 2 years. Clementine. And I just think it's the slash Clementine remote. And yeah, it doesn't find it. That makes sense because it doesn't work. We'll need to remove how do we remove remove cars from string? C. Yeah. So in our case, we could actually cheat. We'll need to make that first though. So it's gonna be a void fix strings. Or fixed text, whatever. Fixed text. Car. To remove. Car pointer from. That's pretty explicit, right? So in length length is equal to str length. It's going to be from, and then for int I equals 0. I is smaller than length plus plus I. So we'll do it like that. What? No. So we're actually going to create a string, which is length. Then we're going to fix the original string from that. Aluka, and then we're going to change that to car pointer. Then we're going to memcopy destination out from so we need to shift the string, right? Okay, so we're going to do that. I think I copied that in the past. Yeah, we're gonna need to... I think what I did is I actually just shifted every string. Yeah, and we need to do that also. So if the to remove equal out I, we're we need to shift it, right? It would be easier if it was a pointer to a pointer. If it was an array of car pointers. But in theory, that's what it is, right? We would just need to shift all of them. I don't remember how I did it last time. I mean, there are implementations, but I think that what I did... Yeah, I think the easiest thing is not to necessarily memcopy it. Mem set. So we're gonna set out 0 length, or even better, like, yeah. So in the end, we're still gonna need to do if it's not equal, we're gonna say out I is equal to, and that's gonna be from, because by doing that we don't need to shift everything, so it's gonna be faster in a certain respect, because we still need to like parse every character, right? So in the end, so we're gonna do from I int count equals 0. So what we're gonna do is actually, it's gonna be count and count plus plus. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. So if it's not the character we want to remove, set the out, and then we just mem set it from the last thing. So count, set that to there. Then we're gonna do out count plus plus equals 0. So we null terminate it, and then we're gonna mem copy what we just did to the from. So the destination is from. Then we're gonna take the out and the size is count minus minus. Is that it? I gotta check memcopy again. I never remember memcopy how it works, so Or anyways, I don't remember it by heart. So yeah, so it's the length plus 1. Oh, because we need an all terminate, right? Interesting. Maybe I don't do the count minus. I just do the count. Yeah, because we need the 0, right? We need the null terminate. So we're going to use that. Let's do that. That's fine. So then we're finished. So here we're going to fix the text that we were getting. We're going to do fix. Yeah, that doesn't return the text, but fix text. So we're gonna use no, I'm gonna use that slash, right? That's a car. I think that's one car, but I'm not sure. Cur app name. So we're gonna see if that fixes it. So F8. Yeah, let's go in there. Blah 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 blah. So did that fix? Yeah, that fixed that. So let's see if we hit. Yeah, we hit it. Great. So we found it, so we can return. Great. So that's gonna pretty print it, and then we're done. Cool. Yeah, that's finished. So let's just do that. I forgot. I need to check. Okay. So there we are. Hey. Okay, needs to pretty print it. Pretty print it. So what does this look like? It looks like this. Now that's disgusting. That's not what we want. We would want something like so what did they do? Like on the scoop, where's the scoop? Scoop is here. So we have the search, right? I think he does a search. Oh no, he doesn't install. Downloading curl, yeah, who cares? Do a search. Do a search. We're basically basing our application on this, because I use this on Windows, but I want to leave Windows, so in the future it's going to be more interesting. So that installed Pizzazz, which touch, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, the scoop search thing. So we search here, right? Scoop search. So it returns, what did it search? I just search. Okay. Okay, so it returns the application and the version. So we're gonna do the same. So what it pretty printed was this. License, icons. But we don't have a version, right? Releases. So we're just getting the... Interesting. So I'm gonna need a way to remember like the versions. And that's probably gonna be by getting the the marvelous release page based on the URL. It would have been fun that we had the version, because for updating it's going to be easier. It would have been easier if we had the version, but we're going to need to go on the release page and look at that. Yeah, just copy that. Did I copy it? Kind of hate that part. Yeah, I didn't copy it. It's the thing that on Linux, sometimes the command line is a bit bad. I mean, that's the custom. Yeah, I did Control C, so no. It still closed it, but yeah. So we'll go search it in our JSON directly. Where's the Clementine? Clementine. The URL, the release. Yes. Open. We trust it. In GitHub, we trust. Okay. So that's the release page. So we have every version. So the cool thing with how Scoop worked is based on the version, it could easily get... is there a way to specify the latest release? So we're going to need to get the version, and we're going to need to resolve all this good stuff by ourselves. I'm just curious to see, like, what does Clementine do? Oh, it's a remote music player. Oh, okay, it's the remote for the music player. So say I use Clementine on my system, I could then, on my Linux system, remotely connect and then modify the music. I mean, that could be cool. But yeah. But we can do the latest release. So if we do latest, it brings us automatically to the right page, right? Okay, so we can use that. I mean, it really depends on what the page is going to be doing. Because each app image doesn't necessarily use GitHub. Like this uses GitHub. There's a lot of GitHub here. But for example, Krita, that has an app image, doesn't necessarily use GitHub to release, to have their releases. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the release info. So we're gonna need to get the object. Okay. So we have the app. So we need to get the version, and we need to print the name. I mean, we can print that it comes from the app image bucket, or the app image repositories or whatever. But for now, yeah, we're going to do it that way. So okay. So we can search for the app. Okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna drink water. Because water is great. Except when you drip all the water on yourself. But that's another issue. I think you got that live. So let's do it live. Apparently. At least I have something to wipe the water off. Okay. So what I wanted to do was fix this. So that we can show exactly the same thing at Scoop. So we're going to do the printf. And then we're going to print the name of it. So to get the name, we can cheat. We can just do get that. Get object item that starts with name. And then we're going to print the name. I mean, we're already printing it there, so yeah, let's do that. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. I mean, we could, like, inline all this. But I think we need to free them, right? Or no? Because, I mean, the tree remains. C, J. I'm just gonna free everything. So delete. Yeah, the whole item. So the parsed item. But that's not like get object item shouldn't allocate. Yeah. Yeah, it just returns the item, and then when we get find implementation. Yeah, it's just getting the data, basically. So we don't need to free anything. It's not allocating anything. Maybe when we're getting a string. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I could just inline that, and that would be fine. Again, if it's not the right object, we can run into issues. I mean, I could just... All the data is always fine. The data is always fine. There are no bugs in my code. Never. I don't say that, by the way, but someone that I know does. And he's, of course, joking around, but it's always funny. So that and the version. Now, for the version, it's going to be more complicated. Which is fun. So how are we going to do this? So in the feed, we have the links. So we're going to get the links. So get object item links. And they will, I think I'll have a downloads array or whatever. Let's just go have a look on the app image hub directly. I think there are rules, like you need to have a downloads in the links, but it's an array, right? So the GitHub type, yeah, whatever. And then there's a download one. So one of the links is the GitHub and one is for the download. So we're always going to search for the download one. And the way to get the download is by doing get. It's kind of disgusting, but hey, that's life, I guess. Let's do it. So we're gonna do the links. CJSON links equals this, and of course this is a pointer because life. Let's get them pointers. Then this is an array. So we're gonna get the array size, and we're gonna start going through each element, which is kind of wasteful, but it's like 2 indexes, so we won't care. Int length is equal to CJSON get array size, and then we do links. Because remember, it's always an array of elements. It's objects, right? Those are objects. Okay, I'm gonna stop whining. I think that's a regular thing in my life, whining. I'll try to whine less, just for you guys. I mean, sometimes people like that people whine, but yeah. More positivity, I guess, is probably good in my life. So I'll try to be more positive, I guess. Okay, so then, so the way that we do it is we do the get array item based on the count, blah, 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 blah. So this marvelous thing, so CJSON item so what we're gonna do is we're gonna search if, yeah, it's kind of wasteful, but yeah, that's life, I guess. Because like we're gonna get the type, and then when we know that it's the download type, we're gonna get the link, and then we're gonna get the whole page of data, and we're gonna need to search in the page for a specific thing, which is gonna be the version. But of course, all these projects can have different ways of versioning or something. But maybe we can get, well, we can search like the page. So if we go here to the release, so that's the latest. Can we see the, I want to see the whole page though. Like not just an element, but everything. Yeah. So we're gonna need to search in the page. Repo, content, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, release latest. We're gonna need a parser to go get that info. What is in the release? Maybe I can. I think I'm gonna pop that out. Is there a way to pop that out? Yeah, you can dock it. Separate. Okay, so we're gonna separate it. Yeah, whatever. As we can see, the Linux desktop or the Firefox is great. It's all working fine. So we got the release, then we got this, then we got this. So what do we have in here? Yeah, we have that, but can we see like auto flex? Then we have this. Ew, ew, ew. Block MB. Then we can do interesting. So we're gonna look for something that says class muted CSS truncate href blah blah blah, and then we're gonna search for the title. I mean, I'm gonna need an HTML parser, I guess, which is annoying, but yeah. I mean, isn't there a better way to get the version? I'll have to look like how I did it. How did I do it in my old shovel thing? We'll have a search in there. So we did get the version. So how did we get the version? We got it from there. Data, the URL, that substring. So we based it on the substring. Or did we? No, we didn't. That's just to get the data. Bat instance get installed. Check. Installing hub install. Let's go see the hub install. Hub install. So we get it. Asset.browser download. Name release.tag. Interesting. Oh, okay. We parsed the JSON and we used wget. Okay, there's a way to get the GitHub releases. So that's probably the way that we're gonna do it. How did we get that? So we got it from JSON, but where is JSON? So hacks.load blob save. So we save that to a blob. And the path is the URL search.search. Cool. So the search searched. Okay. You remember when you did stuff and then you reread your stuff and you're like, why? So search the app image get the buckets that get key feed.json, yeah. Hub feed. Parse the JSON. Get the items. Okay, so we used... Oh, we used an API thing? Okay, give me a sec. So we split link URL that split. What am I doing there? Interesting. I kind of hate it when you don't remember what you did. So I'm gonna have to look at what the split function in hacks does. So split hacks. Let's do string split. Okay, so we removed from the link. Oh, okay. I think I get what I was doing. So we removed the GitHub thing from the link. Oh yeah, the search is here. Okay, so we removed that. And instead what we did is we did api.github.repo. So what does that do? So let's say I go and I find that Clementine thing and I replace this by this. What does it do? Oh, it gives me a JSON. Hey, we can parse JSON. That's great. So we'll parse that. So I get why I did that then. Makes total sense. And then we need to add at the end the latest. Oh. Yeah, it needs to be releases. Releases latest. So then when we do that, we get each version. And I think we even get like the URLs. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Author, blah, blah, blah. So we went in the assets. So that's another release. Oh, no, that's... So that's the data, right? So that's the assets. Ew, 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 ew. Okay, give me a sec. So the search returns the link. Okay, cool. And then so we broke that. break, we break, we break. And then buckets.getKey name. Okay, so that the buckets or the things were the different things that we added. Because I wanted to add the ability to create our own definition files. So that's what I did. To be more precise, what I started doing. If exists, return manifest. Okay. So I wasn't stupid. I did some stuff that was intelligent. So we'll keep that, and then we'll replace... we're gonna use substrings. Wow. That's gonna be some fun times. Okay. So I got the item. Now I need to get its type. So we're gonna do this. Type. So, and then we're gonna do CJSON print car pointer name is equal to. We could name it to type. I mean, cause it's gonna be weird. CJSON print. Then we're gonna fix type, fix text. Type. So if str compare type is equal to 0, we found the download. I think it was download. Was it that? Download, yeah. Okay, download. Yo, how are you? Good. What I'm doing? What's up? I don't know. I'm working on that on my app image installer. So I was looking back at what I did for my old version. So I used to have an old version that was on that was on in Hacks. So I don't know if you know Hacks, but yeah. So I did it the old version in Hacks, but I found that it wasn't that good. Well, not that it wasn't that good, but it's not easily portable to a lot of places because I needed to use Chrome, which was a code specific thing. And when I say code, I mean code mid K. But yeah. So what's up on your side? Like, what you doing in these times, like today? Probably just school, but maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe you were able to do some more C++, or able to do some. Hoping. So, download. So then when we have the download, we can get the path. Yeah, Discord is way too complicated to like. Doing a simple C++ project is going to be better for you, I think. I mean, it's c'est louable of trying to do a Discord bot. So sorry I spoke in French. You can search it up. Basically, it means that it's good that you're trying more complex stuff, but going simple is also better for your learning, or depending on where you are in your programming life, doing something basic is better. So what kind of project are you doing? Command line tools are cool to make, or maybe you're making a little text game. That's also good to do. I sometimes do that with my students. Okay, that's great. It's always a good start. Like even handling text in C++ is a good thing to learn. Or, and if you can, don't use, well, I mean you can, but if you want to learn more, don't use the std string. Okay, so the API download. So we got the download. Then we're gonna need to link.url.split. What did you write? Oh, okay. You're doing a Connect 4 game. How do you write that in German? A Connect 4. Give me a sec. Like, I remember what Connect 4... Oh, my internet is dying. Cool. It's close to 6 at night. No, it's 4 here. Yeah, okay, that game. I don't know what it's called in German. 4 wins. Wer gewinnt. Okay. So it's 4 wins. It's kind of funny how the name changes depending on your language. I mean, it always happens, like even in French, most of our movies don't necessarily have the same title. Like, oh, really? So the V is like 4, okay. So it's Via Gewent. Okay. Well, I don't know if I pronounced the Gewent fine, but Via Gewent. Okay. Gewent, probably. So the W is probably a V, right? Well, pronounced like a V, I guess. Okay, so let's look at the data. So the name is that, and then we can get its URL. So we're gonna get the URL. So that's the item. So the item, I'm basically doing some CJSON stuff, so it's kind of annoying. So I got the type name, and the name was that. Then I need to get the URL. But why is the URL a little thing? Like, is that an object or something? Kind of annoying. Okay. Harder pronunciation. I'll try to do that. Viergewend. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try it in my free time. Try to say Connect 4 in German. Till I get sick. Then I'll listen to some Rammstein, and that'll help with my German probably. So we're gonna get the item. At least I got close. I'm starting to be more German. Yes, Rammstein. My girlfriend loves that group. I like it also, but I learned about it because of my girlfriend, basically, so. It's really a cool band. They're getting old, though. So soon, they will probably retire, sadly. And that will leave us with the oomph guy that isn't like Rammstein, but wants to be like Rammstein. But I don't know if you know what oomph is, probably, but because he's also German, and he sings in German like Rammstein. Or Rammstein. That's probably more aggressive. I don't know. Get item, and it's gonna be item. And that's gonna be item also. Well, I mean, it's not a bad reflex, because in the end, like a lot of, I'm gonna say young people. I don't want to insult you or anything, but like a lot of people from your generation probably make a lot of Discord bots. I'm not into Rammstein, but I listen to their songs. That's kind of funny. You listen to their songs because your parents listen to it? What is your type of music? Probably minimal house. Okay, sorry for that. I'm like, it's gonna be really stereotyped, because there's a lot of minimal house or techno in Germany. So, but what is your favorite type of music? Sure. I guess I need to move on to Windows to do that, and let's hope it won't bog down my Linux. But yeah, you can send me a link, sure. I mean, I probably won't be able to send the audio to the stream because it will be illegal, I guess, but I'm gonna listen to it anyways. So, CJSON printf. So, car pointer URL. I mean, I guess this should be null. Oh yeah, that's the complicated part. URL. URL is equal to that. Fix text. Then we're gonna fix the URL. If you send me like the most kitsch, how do we say kitsch in English? Kitsch. I think it's an S. Yeah, so kitsch. Yeah, it's kitsch. If it's the most like German kitsch song, like an Oktoberfest song, I'm probably gonna laugh, but still. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was French or English, so that's why I searched. Oh, you have that in German, okay. That solves it also. Because we use it in French, but I don't remember if we can say it in French, actually. Kitsch. Oh yeah, it's the same. It's just we write it different. Well, possibly different. Oh, but it's German. So by default, it was German, and then we used it. Okay, so I'll go listen to that. So I won't put the music in the stream, but I'm gonna be listening to it, okay? So I'm gonna mute that. Then I'm gonna be listening. Now I'm getting some ads, which is bad, but after the ads, it's gonna be the music. Okay, it's some rap music, but in German. Straßenmusikant. I don't know what Straßen means, but probably something related to space, considering maybe not. Maybe it's high music or something like that. It sounds good. I mean, it's better than... It means street musician. Oh, okay. But if he's a street musician, why is he not on the street? Why is he like in a park? Looking at the city? I mean, it's still cool, but... So I know how to say street now. It's good. Well, what I can say is it's better than the Quebec rap music. Let's say it like that. I think the Rammstein dude, like the singer, actually made a song with a rapper from Germany. It's Lindemann something. Anyways. Again, I seem like I listen to rap some K-pop. Okay. Do I have K-pop in K-app? Yeah. I'll search if we have K-pop in Monster Cat. Probably not, though. Do we have K-pop? It'd be funny though, cause I use the Monster Cat music library to stream. So they don't seem to have K-pop. Let's just write K. So there's only breaks. Till Lindemann, yeah. Yeah, he made a song with a rapper or something. Yes, Rocket League, of course. But in general, like Monster Cat, well, I listen to a lot of electronic dance music because I guess that's my generation. Like I was the generation of like Skrillex and whatever. Okay. So I like dubstep. But yeah, let's continue. Do you listen to other music than like German rap music, or? Well, you listen to Rammstein, right? So that's other music. I mean, what I'm listening right now is dubstep, so yeah. My brain automatically forgot. Anyways, so the URL is that. Then we need to get it, so... NF. So, I'm interested in learning what... Oh, an American rapper. Yeah. Okay. Just out of curiosity. NF. What is NF? What does he look like? Nathan... Yeah, he sounds German, though. I mean, Stein is maybe Jewish, but this seems German. Like, Feuer or fire or something. Anyways. Hi, I'm not good at Twitch. Feuerstein is German, yeah. Flintstone? Really? Like the Flintstones. Okay, that's funny. Well, I mean, it's okay, but are there a lot of people named Flintstone in Germany? And do you have the show The Flintstones? But is it called oh my god, I can't speak. Is it called Feuersteins? Feuersteins? Funny. Did we lose Furex? Or maybe like the delay or whatever. So how are you? I'm not good at Twitch. Still angry about not eating? Family Feuerstein. That's funny. Pretty good. But long time no seen on the free TV, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if I'm not good at Twitch has a lot of delay also. I mean, it is from Canada to Germany, so I try to like modify everything so like it works better, but Twitch, I guess. Like I'm at under 30 FPS just to make sure that there's no delay or something. But yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm not good at Twitch. That you're fine. What you been doing? Schlutenschiver. I don't know if I said it right. Learning some C also. Furex is doing a C++ project on his end also. Oh, so I just realized something. So since the text, when you guys write, the text is white and my app is white, it's kind of disgusting. So I'll try to fix that. It's a double S. Okay. Ah, okay. It's a bad word. I got it. Well, I think it's a bad word. Because the double S means the word that I know. You don't know what idiot? Okay, I don't know either. I mean, Germany wasn't a country at some point, so there were a separate Germany. Well, I don't know how we call it. Canyon shit. Yeah. Ravine. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna trust Furex on this, but maybe you're right also. Cause I'm not good at Twitch. You're in Austria, right? Ah, okay. Well, that's maybe like some Germans, but not all Germans, I guess. But I mean, Furex is younger. Maybe in his generation, people don't. Yeah. Well, maybe you guys aren't close. Like, if in Austria, close to Germany, the Germans there say that, who knows? Okay. So I'm going to work a little bit more. So I was at the stage of getting... So I got the URL. Or I think that I'm getting the URL. And then I should fix the URL. Because I need to remove a substring. I never remember my substrings in C. But I mean, I never remember my substrings in hacks also, so... I mean, that's maybe an inside in your Destiny 2 group. I don't know. I mean, I just want to find a substring. Handling strings is always a pain in C, but... Oh yeah, it was str. So yeah. Yeah. str. So let's go have a look at str. Oh, really? What I'm making? So I'm making an app image installer. So I don't know if you use Linux. I'm not good at Twitch. But on Linux, installing applications is not necessarily the same as on Windows. So you can, in theory, just drop a binary and then click on the binary and it should work. But most developers are bad. Yeah, so we won't need to do some sudo stuff. Yeah, we won't be doing that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing some app images directly. So those just start. It's like, well, I can show you. So I have one in my downloads folder. So this is an app image, okay? So it's basically just an executable like on Windows. So I can just double click on it and it's going to start. And if I didn't double click, okay, so it started, right? So the application started without issue. And to install the application, I just need to download the app image. The issue is, on Windows, I use... Interesting. So yeah, the issue with app images is you don't have an installer for them. So something like apt-get, you don't have something like that for them. So I'm making basically a command line tool to download app images easily on your system and make it so that you have a link. So I'm just going to give you an example. On Windows, I use an app installer that's called scoop.sh. So scoop is a command line tool. So you can do scoop install the name of the app that you want to install, and it will automatically install it on the system and make a link to the application. So when on your system you want to start the application, you can do Windows R. So what Windows R does is it opens... well, if you're on Windows, I'm not good at Twitch, you can do it. So if you touch the Windows key and you press the R key at the same time, it's going to open up a little command line thing that you can use to start an application. So on Linux, we don't have something similar to Scoop for applications. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing this, basically. Because I want to have an easy way to install apps. Yeah, you went to app data for the Minecraft things, yeah. So your father bought a Bitcoin miner. Weird. Well, I mean, at some point it was all the craze. But buying Bitcoin miners is not a good idea, probably. Also, if they come from China, so... By the way, I'm not good at Twitch. The app image installer will avoid having to do sudo. So it will make it easy to just install the application and then be able to start the application. Okay. But why did you need to learn or work with Linux with that Bitcoin miner? Because that's kind of weird. Well, maybe it was using Linux, but it's kind of weird. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you mean. So now I need to know str. Okay, this is funny. str, haystack, needle. I did not know that C programming could have that. So it's really haystack and needle? So here it doesn't stay haystack and needle, but... Okay. Wow. That's funny. Well, I find it funny, but yeah. So what does it return? A pointer to the first occurrence in str1 of the entire sequence of characters specified in str2. Or a null pointer if... Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to cheat because cheating is good. It's always good. So we're going to write this. We're going to copy that. Then we're going to go here. And we're probably going to make a const out of this. Const car pointer gh link. Oh god, that's terrible. Okay. API link, and that's going to be the API link. That I found the haystack and needle funny on C in Linux. It's probably because I used it on str. I found it on it's used also in Windows, but in Windows that cheating is good. Yeah. In programming, when you're doing programming, you can cheat. So the first person that said that, well, he didn't say it in that way, but the first person that said something like that was Bill Gates. But what he said was lazy programmers. I prefer having lazy programmers as employees because lazy programmers will find the easiest and the best way to a problem. But cheating is, in theory, the easiest way to resolve a problem. So yeah. Yes, you're allowed to cheat in programming class. Let's say it like that. But you're going to have to justify why you're cheating. Because you're in programming. You need to justify what you do, right? Okay. str. So we're going to need to find in the URL. Okay, you're going to university probably next year. GH link. GH link. You're in 9th class? Okay, so wait. Do you guys have primary school? I'm not in France, remember? I'm in Canada. So it's even more weirder. So how it works is we have primary school, secondary school. We have what we call cégep, which is university. It's like a university before university, and then we get university. So we call it cégep, but I think, yeah, it's called college when we're speaking in English, I think. Did you ever come to Canada? Or when you say it's cool, it's because you mean it's cold. You're allowed to meme about France if you want. Indeed. We usually have some laugh at some French people. Well, it's always amical, amical, basically. So, yeah, in Quebec, because of, well, we're close to a certain extent because we have the same language. Oh, you've never heard that Canada is not good, so yeah, it really depends. I don't know how cold it gets in Germany. Do you guys calculate in Celsius or Fahrenheit? You guys are in Imperial, right? So it's going to be Fahrenheit. Celsius. Okay. You're not in Imperial. Good. So it can get to minus 30 degrees Celsius. So in the winter, of course. But in the summer, the temperature is fine. It's probably because, yeah, that's really cool, indeed. So it gets really cold. But yeah. So what did I want to say? Oh, so I need to replace that. Okay, I need to add 2 strings. So car. So it's gonna be some fresh winter air, yeah. So basically what happens is, for example, my girlfriend or my girlfriend, it gets her hair like freezes and it gets like really white because it's long hair, whatever. So yeah, it's really cold. But when it's not minus 30, it's fine. Like most of the winter, usually it goes between minus 15 to minus 20. Like we will have some good days that are like minus 5, which is okay, but it's still cold. So yeah. Well, I never tried, but in theory, I think yes. Okay. I need to allocate. So car pointer. This is becoming disgusting, but yeah. Alloca size of car times str length. Sub str times str length. Okay, so I need to and you need to get on a plane also. So getting on a plane costs a little bit more money than driving. And if you want to drive to Canada, you're going to encounter a lot of water, probably. So yeah. So last URL. Okay, let's get the last URL. Latest. And that's disgusting. It's the plus and plus. So latest and str length of GH API link. So that's disgusting because I'm like concatenating a string, but yeah. So the last URL is going to have a +1. I forgot the +1. The +1 is really important. What do you mean 3,000 kilometers? It's really just 3,000 kilometers from Germany to here? Maybe it's depending on where you're like pointing. So if you're going through the from Berlin to Montreal, really? Okay. I didn't know that. So str cat, the destination and the source. So there. So we're gonna do the GH API link, and then we're gonna do str cat. We gotta cat those. We're gonna need the substring and the last URL. I'm probably gonna change the variable name because that's bad. And then str cat. The midpoint. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, 6,000 makes more sense. Like 3,000 it takes, like, to go to Montreal from where I live, it's 200 kilometers. That's 3 hours. Let's say you do 6K kilometer. Oh, 6K. Wait, not. Okay, I'm getting. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So, wait, not 6K miles, 6K kilometers. But 6K miles is more than kilometers, right? Because you got to do two. Oh, you said miles, really? I'll go. I can't go back. But well, I can, but I'm not on Windows because my streaming thing is all on Windows, so I gotta go back and forth when I need to. So latest. So that's a lot of work just to get. So this right now, all this stupidity is to get the version of the application, which is interesting. 6 million centimeters. It's probably more than million, because I didn't look at all your zeros. So that's just to get the version. And I'm not even done. It's going to be like way longer Ah, God, I gotta hate that. I hate that. So they get the version, then we're gonna do... You need to count the zeros. Oh, okay, you counted. Great. So you know. 6 billion centimeters. That's a big peepee. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I'm 9 years old. It happens. Okay, so that's the URL. So I'm just gonna printf the URL for now. Cause I wanna make sure that it works. Cause I've been talking a lot, which is fine. Oh, millimeters. Okay, yeah. Still big peepee. Millimeters. Okay. Let's debug that. So it failed. Cool. So what is it not liking? Ah, I forgot to say pointer. God, I hate those. Well, at least it tells me, though. No. What's the error? Show me the errors. Ah, okay. I gotta use I. I'm being stupid. So where am I being stupid again? Ah, okay, yeah. I got a null terminated. So... I should probably keep in memory what the length is. And str length. It's some good fun time. So then we're gonna do the last URL. Str length is equal to 0. But that's a lot of millimeters. A lot. Okay, so are you gonna stop whining? Okay, give me a sec. So... Ah, okay. What? Unterminated argument list. Oh, it's app. At least it's showing me errors that make sense. It's just me that's doing this stupid stuff. So why is it not liking Aluka? I mean, what I could probably do is... Because I don't need Aluka. I don't need to use Aluka. It makes no sense. Oh, well, it does make sense, actually. Yeah. I mean, the string shouldn't be more than like 256. I'll put, nah, 256 is better. And then we're just gonna do null terminated. So we won't need to do this. So I'm kind of wondering. So I'm not good at Twitch. How is your C learning? What are you doing to learn C, basically? Probably a project, I guess. I hope it is. So it's not gonna be... What took a while? The answer... Sorry, my brain works. Oh, okay, to write that. Ah, that happens, I guess. You got one for CPP? I mean, those courses are fine. I mean, like, when I started programming, one of the things that I started to do was actually learn... But I dropped that. Like, I had a Udemy course for Unity because I started learning with Unity. So, yeah. But I didn't even look at the course in the end. So I bought the course at like $5 or whatever. It was a stupid amount. But I never looked at the course. So I paid in... Yeah. Indeed, you gotta code. You can look at other people coding. You can also ask questions when other people are coding to learn why they're doing something. Even though there's bugs in their code. Well, yeah. But my code is, there are never bugs. Everything is fine. Fear event. You can't do it? Well, it's doable. I mean, I could... Did you try using Rebel like I told you, or are you using Visual Studio? Because I think that making command line applications in Visual Studio is a... Yeah, I know. Furex told me earlier. But thanks for saying, though. You're still using Visual Studio? Well, that's fine. I mean, if you were able to create a command line project, it's fine. I think there's a preset for it. So at least you can use that preset to do it. Oh, wait. No. Like, creating Visual Studio projects is a terrible task. Oh, but you're talking about the application? Well, I mean, it's just creating an array. Well, it's probably an array of an array. Because you're going to make a grid. Yeah. See you later. I'm not good at Twitch. So I gotta survive this. I think I won't need the str length anymore. Yeah, 2D arrays. So car 2D arrays should be fine. But I mean, it's still complicated because you gotta understand like how the rows and the columns work. Okay, what's your issue? It's actually parsing that's probably the issue. So parsing all the characters to know if it's connected or not. Oh, the headers. Really? Well, like, you know that including headers basically just imports the whole text file? Okay, so yeah, so what .h file is it? Is it a library, like the standard library, or is it? Yeah, but is it something from the standard library, or? Okay, so when you do self-made.h files, you need to put at the top pragma once. Okay? So right now I don't have any. But basically, what pragma once does... So, to make it so that the file is only included once... Okay, so you already put the pragma once, and you're still getting issues. That's it? Interesting. What you should probably do... What did you miss? So he's talking about an issue that he's having. You shouldn't include IOStream in that file, though. Unless you're using a type that's relative to IOStream. So I would include... But why do you want to include it in two? So, okay. Also a trick. He's trying to make the connect 4. So he's making an array. So it creates a 2D array. Basically. I mean, I would need to see the project, but it's probably an issue relating to how things are being included. So if you need IOStream, include that only in the CPP files that you need it. Unless you need to use a specific type that comes from IOStream. Because from what the code that you showed me, you don't need IOStream to be included in that file. But by the way, you wouldn't... that probably won't fix it though. There's probably another issue, but it's the first step, the baby steps. So that's one of the possible things. So we'll see if that can help you. So does it even compile on my end? It does. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. I really need. Where's my watch? Oh, there's my watch. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? I got a seg fault. That is not good. Let's remove that because we don't need that anymore. But why did I put apps? That's bad. I need to go in links. I need to go in the links. Sorry, I'm singing the song that's in the background. So what's my type? Locals, please? Let's see the locals. GitHub. Cool, 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 cool. But that's not what we want. We want... links? What? So that's gonna be download. So that's gonna work. And then we're gonna go get the URL. So what's the value of URL? It's this. And then we're fixing that. So we're removing those stupid slashes. Then it's finished. Then we're getting... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because the old link was this. And then okay, I forgot something. You see, kids, that's why you need to debug, because you're absolutely gonna forget something. Okay, you got a new error? What is... What was... I'm stupid all the time, by the way. I always make mistakes, so... What was the issue? Because I'm curious now. Okay, so that's gonna fix this. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Ah, that will cause issues also. Indeed. Making, declaring the same function twice. Not a good idea. What error are you field? I'd like to see what the error that you're getting actually. It's kind of annoying when it doesn't build. But by the way, before you start creating different .h files, just make a main.cpp and put everything in there. I know you want to structure things right, but just for the sake of learning, yeah. But it shouldn't be an issue. Oh, you want to learn how to manage them. Okay, okay. It's fine then. If the goal is that, it's fine. Yeah, sure. Managing files in CC++ is disgusting. Like, even people that I admire have issues with that. Because it's stupid in how it's made, and basically. But what you gotta remember is when you include another a .h file, it includes the whole file. So what it will do, what the C compiler will do, is it will go get everything that's available in that .h file, so everything you wrote, and it's gonna put it in that new file. So that's why you had two definitions of the same. See, lazy programmers will do that, which is fine. So basically, with Selenium, you would... Yeah. Being lazy is good. It's not cheating. In theory. In theory. But like, if it was my students that would have done that, I would have told them that's fine. But Selenium is a programming thing, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's a C# thing. Okay, so you... It's interesting. It's a web driver. Well, actually, there is. So what that basically does is it does some testing, right? Yeah, I have to look at what a WebDriver is. Drive a browser the way it's meant to be driven. I mean, at that stage, you should probably use something like Frida. I don't know if you know what Frida is. Frida. It's a release mode debugger, but it's also apparently this bullshit. It's not that, it's this here. That you can use. It's a dynamic instrumentation toolkit for developers. So basically, it's a way to access all the symbols that are exported from a native application. So for example, if my application has the function, let's say search, well, I could use Frida to parse my executable and find the symbol search, and then I could try and I could write some JavaScript code that would call my native code. So what basically that WebDriver is doing is probably something similar. So calling functions from the browser. So what you could do to make your native WebDriver is actually to use Frida and call native browser calls directly. Anyways, that would be a solution for C++. But again, creating a project with Frida is probably complicated. Because you gotta include the C API. We can do it with C code. Oh, you mean for Frida? Yeah. I don't know how it works either. Yet. Because I want to start using it at some point for a project. But for now, app images. Yeah. Are you still getting build errors or? If you can't explain it, I mean, it's going to be hard. You can try. Try explaining it. We'll see. So, let's continue on. So, I have my URL. Then, I need to do a libcurl call. So let's do that. I'm gonna try something actually. Par byte array 496, and we won't allocate anything. We're just gonna set everything to 0. You have a build area in a .h file. Yeah, that's fine. As long as that's only in one .h file, you should be fine. So you can't define the function. Yeah. So a 2D array, so you know, is a car. Well, in your case, it's probably a car array. So it's going to be a car pointer pointer. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. But you didn't add pragma once before? So in each .h file, you should have a pragma once at the beginning of the file. Okay, pragma is there. But if they're the same name, yeah, it's going to define... If it's two .h files that have the same variable, in the sense that it's the same name, that's bad, basically. So you shouldn't do that. That's why it's not liking it. Because you can't define... It's like... In a Java file, you can't define two variables with the same name. Well, when you include... Since you're basically including the whole contents of the file, it's... Yeah, don't define it in your .h file, I guess. I mean, I've never had issues with that before. And look, like, he's using type defs. I'm trying to find, like... Because I know you can have variables, right? In your .h files, but maybe it's not a good idea. But is there a reason why you need it in to have the variable in 2.h in 2.cpp files? Yes, it's for defining, but it's not like what you're doing when you're including the .h is you're importing all the code that's available in that .h file. So they are for defining, but you're still creating the variable. So if you're including the variable, that's maybe the issue. So a way to... How could we do it? I'm thinking... I'm trying to think, like, last URL. So I'm trying to think. So give me a second. So my reference is always kink. So I'm gonna go have a look at. So he only has a kink.c, but let's go in Dear I'm GUI kink. So in his sources he has imgui.c So he's defining the function. He has no variables here. Functions, no variables. He's only creating variables in the .cpp file. And he's making them static. Okay. Let's go have a look in kink. So kink, he defines variables in some situations. But that's pure C, right? That's just functions. I mean, the best way would probably not be to not actually define a variable. But I know he has some. So that's a type def. That's not the same thing. Okay, let's go see in the core API. Oh god, I hate my mouse wheel. So let's go in the windows.h. So he has the struct, a class display. He has structs. But he doesn't declare. Did you create a class? Yeah. Thanks for the explanation. I'm not good at Twitch. It makes it so that it exists, but it doesn't mean that it will work. Actually, the solution would actually be to create the variable in your CPP file. But try making a class and defining a variable in your class, because we can. Does he have? Yes, he does. So here you see you have a variable. So I would actually make a class, and in that class put the variable there. And then you can just construct that class, because they all have default constructors. So you can just do new, the name of the class, and it's going to create an object. Of course, it's going to be a zero or null terminated structure, in the sense that each field will have the zero value or the null value. But yeah. Okay, so let's continue on. So we need a version. Now, I need to go back to what I was doing before. So what is it doing? So we're getting the data, then we have the JSON. Then we need to parse the JSON. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that can work if you define or you implement your function. So for example, I have a CPP project here. So in my FS, I have these functions. So this is a function right now, okay? Or let's say init, the init function, okay? So that's void fs init. And then in my fs.cpp, I'm gonna have the fs init. Fs init, where is it? Here. But I add the implementation. So it can't be like a define. You can't have void fs init like this, right? You gotta add the... in French, we say accolade. But I don't know what we call that, actually. I don't remember. So, yeah, you need to add that. Semicolon. Thank you. And since you're going to have your semicolons, then you can add your implementation. Yeah, the curly brackets. So you need to add the curly brackets to add your implementation to your function. Good. Because you can't add the two defines. But did you fix it by adding the brackets? Yeah, of course. Every time you're making an application, it's going to take time. And since you're learning the language at the same time, it just makes things more complex. So yeah. Okay. So we'll continue on. It's almost 6. Cool. So I need to get the version. Okay, so let's get the version. Print alone link. Okay. So to get the version, we need to parse this new stuff. C JSON pointer last searched. I'll see if I keep that, but for now we're gonna do that. Oh, you can also do that. I mean, but you gotta be careful. Like, changing the order of everything might help, but it doesn't mean that you fixed the issue in question. It just means that you maybe created another issue. I don't know how to say it in a better way, but that's basically how. It's mostly because of how ordering files work in C. Because of the thing that I talked to you about earlier. The fact that when you include, you take everything that's in the file and you put it in the other file. Not necessarily. The code doesn't need to be complex just to Yeah, it doesn't need to be complex. Some are blank, yeah. Of course. Well, my code isn't complex either. It's like 160? 160 lines? I mean, I am using other libraries, but... And those are probably like huge. Like curl is 3,000 lines. Ah, yay. The curl does a lot though. This doesn't do a lot, so this should be small. Yeah, 230 lines, that's fine. This does a lot, but that's just the .h. So it has 290, and then in the sources, do I have... Yeah, I do. So it has a lot of lines. 3,000 lines. So in the whole project, I probably have like 6,000 lines in total or something like that. But that's including all the other projects, basically. So yeah. Including other files makes everything bigger. But that's fine because you need to simplify your life. Not as much as you can, but as reasonable as it can be, basically. So last searched. Is going to be equal to app. And then here we're gonna use the data. I mean, we should probably do it like that because it just makes more sense. If succeed. So we have the data. It's a JSON file. We need to parse it. So we're gonna do that. That receives this. Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to predefine our stuff, depending on what we're doing. So C JSON pointer. So we're gonna parse that. So it's gonna be the data. That will probably whine. No, it built. Okay. So it built. So we have the data. I mean, I'm just gonna print it just to make sure. I like making sure of things. Data. Okay, so we're getting the data, and what did we have in the URL data? We had the assets. So we're gonna go get assets. Oh, but that's to install, right? Yeah, that's not to get the version. How do we get the version though? I'm trying to see how this works. So the path search. That gets. So we have B. Yeah, that's fine. Installing. Yeah. Okay, wait. Oh, so we're gonna get the tag name. Wait. Download install. Is that the version? The version 1, 2, 3. The third. Yeah. I mean, you can create your whole function in the CPP file. That's disgusting though. Like usually you would just do the definition and you would do the implementation in the other file, in the CPP file. And what would happen is the compiler would, when you're calling the function, it would get that you're calling a function that's implemented in another CPP file. So it would just handle that by itself and call that function, basically. So the goal is you do a define, the definition in your .h, and you implement in the .cpp, and when you call your function, it's just going to resolve where it's created and whatever. Like you can see it in my FS project. So this is being called, so the fs.init is being called here. But the only thing that I included in the main.cpp is the fs.h. And in the fs.h, you have the void init here. So that's the way you would do it, basically. So yeah, hub install the release.tag name. So I would need to get the tag name. Interesting. So get tag name. Give me a sec. I need to go.
Let me show you how it's done.
Dun, dun, dun. Where's the tag name? There. So that's the tag name. we're gonna get the object item. We're gonna do that basically. That's how you made it? And it still doesn't work? Okay, it's fine. Okay, good. It needs to be good. When it's good, it's fine. So fine.
Let me show you how it's done.
I mean, it doesn't make sense in what way? Would be the question I would ask. But maybe it doesn't make sense because it's not how things are structured usually in Java. But you got to remember, like, a big part of so usually the reason why C++ is structured in a specific way is because it's based on C. It's C++. So it tries to emulate a lot of what C does, and that's a C thing. Like defining a symbol. Oh, that you're proud of yourself. Okay. I mean, be proud. We need to be proud of ourselves. Like every day that I'm able to work on something and that I'm glad about what I'm doing, it's fine. I feel that it's fine that way. I prefer being proud than life is just an illusion. Maybe. Maybe we're in the Matrix and I'm talking to myself. Or I'm talking to bytes that live somewhere else in a computer. Who knows? I don't. I really don't. But I'm programming and I'm having fun. So at the end of the world, at the end of the line, that's what counts. But in theory, it's more of an illusion because a lot of the things that we see or that we hear, it's our brains are analyzing it. And that's the weird part with being a human is our brains analyze things, but it doesn't mean that how you analyze things, I analyze exactly in the same way. That's why you have people with, like, they're colorblind, so they can't see some colors. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's an odd thing to think about. Like, we live in this, like, even the physical world that we live in, we don't even know if it's the world where, like, if we feel like it's the same world because we're in it, but at the same time, maybe it's not. It's kind of odd. But I won't dive too much into this because I think we could have like a philosophy. Yeah, why you prefer some things other compared to other things. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a theory also. You would need to prove it, and we would need to... Yeah, anyways. For now, we'll stay at programming some more stuff. I'm almost done this thing, so that's good. So get the object tag name. I'm kind of sad because I need to do this. I need to parse this data, but I'm gonna have to destroy it, and that's gonna call a free. And freeing, so it's delete. So it's gonna be URL data. Actually, do I delete it here? I'm kind of wondering. I'm gonna do it like that for now. So we're getting the data. I'm gonna remove that. Then this is going to be version is equal to this. Then we're gonna fix the text. I'm gonna have to check also, do we actually need to fix this one? Because it's probably not the same. But we'll see. So there we are. Then we're gonna debug all of this because we want to make sure that everything works. Let's do it. Is it possible to do this? Bool check if available. Car. Oh, yeah, errors. What? Oh, I forgot that. URL data. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna... did I break? Yes, I broke. Why? I really need to put the call stack somewhere. Oh, it's seg faults. Okay, no, it didn't. Seg fault. So, what does success say? It did not succeed. So I didn't succeed in the industry. So, usually how we would do it is we wouldn't declare that function like that. We would declare a car pointer. It's even worse, I think. Wait. So it's an array of cars. So that's a car pointer. And then an array of car pointers. So yeah, it's a car pointer. So you write that like this. Car pointer. Yeah, exactly. So in C++, you actually don't have arrays per se. So it kind of works differently. Oh, it's just something that points to another block of memory. So you have a... Yeah. Just like even a car. So when you see... Like in my code, every time you see car pointer... Okay? That just means it's an array. So you see like under here, last URL, blah, blah, blah. That's an array. So, yeah. Easy curl. I think that guy returns, so... I kind of hate it when it doesn't work. Let's see. Why did it not work? So what was the value of... Can I just... Last URL. Give me a sec. So why is it failing though? So we do not know why it fails. Let's see why it fails. Okay. So it returned 403. Interesting. What is error 403? 403. Oh, it's quite late. Indeed. I think you should probably go to bed, but I mean, you're almost an adult, so I'll let you determine. Forbidden. Curl with GitHub. Why am I forbidden on GitHub? Ah, because the user agent probably. Oh, okay. If you're not tired, as long as you don't have anything in the morning, you should be fine, I guess. And anyways, I stay late all the time, so... Well, not all the time, but... And anyways, doing some random programming... Like, the issue, though, if you're doing some C++ programming... Like, doing some JavaScript programming maybe at, like, midnight is fine. But... Yeah, 8 hours are fine. Indeed. I'm also getting tired, though. Even if it's only, like, close to 7 here. But doing some dev can get tiring, though. So it's not okay because it got... Yeah, indeed. And school is at home, right? So use the time. Yeah, use the time. uh... So if ever your friends ask you what you did last night, just show them the Connect 4 ad. I think I know the one from the US. I know the one from the 1990s. Not that one, though. Like, I won't show that on stream, but it's kind of funny. I think I got that one when I was young. You probably got one of those, probably like 2010 or something. Anyways. Was there a Connect 4 meme? Because there was a Connect 4 ad that was quite funny. Ah, Connect 4. That's the one I know. I don't know if the box is still like that. Or it's probably recolored or something. I like that. That one's fine. Oh, okay. In 2013. You watch it. Oh! Declare war. Okay. Cool. Let's not watch the memes. Connect cart? What? Oh, okay. Disconnect life support. Really? Now, you're probably saying now it's nearly not able to stand instead of no, because no is knowing. But yeah. So it rage quits on itself because of a rage quit. Cool. Is that like... Did you watch 13 Reasons Why? Yeah, it's okay. That looks like Justin from 13 Reasons Why. It looks like from an actor from that. It's kind of funny. Disconnect life support. Fit. Ah, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna... No. The Australian party game. Cool. Those are, like, top level memes. Anyways, I'm getting error 404s, 403, which I am not liking a lot. Yeah, sure, I'll tell you. But what you wrote is fine. Now it's nearly not able to stand by itself because of a real life rage quit. Smashed the game. Is smashing the game right? Yeah, that part I didn't understand, but what you were trying to say is a real life rage quit smashed the game and it made it like broken or whatever. So I think that's what you wanted to say. No? Now it's almost not able to stand by its own because a real life rage quit is smashing whatever you can find, which is the game, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I get what you mean. I'm gonna click on it later, and I'm probably gonna laugh. So yeah, so I ended up adding curl to the project directly. So I was able to make it build and everything. But everywhere on the internet, when people are talking about curl and like, oh, you should build curl, blah, 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 it always says do .configure and add something. You can never do... Oh, okay, cool. It's just, you can never do the .configure. So I have it locally installed, right? So it's like right here. I'm going to open it in the terminal and I'm going to do the ./configure. And it's going to say .configure does not exist. No such file or directory. Like, why? And everywhere on the internet, everyone says .configure it. I hate it. I found a way around it. You just use CMake directly, but it's still annoying that everywhere on the internet it says .configure. Anyways. And even in the documentation, it says when you want to install it, do the .configure. I'm going to stop whining. Every time I say I'm going to stop whining, I don't stop whining, but still. Oh, this is slow. Either my internet is slow or... Yeah, so you see git clone. Yeah, that's for the Windows one. So yeah, look. Oh, with or .configure. Yay. But it's funny, I can't do it. And I'm on a Unix system, so yeah. Maybe .configure is a special application that I don't know. But yeah. Maybe it's because I didn't... Maybe I didn't unpack the zip file. So that's why it didn't work, but yeah. Because I'm using the GitHub directory. But that's the part I don't get. Like, when you're using the GitHub link. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try something in in this C code again. I'm gonna try to do headers. So to accept headers, HTTP header, do yes, yes. Let's try it again. It's probably gonna fail again. Now it's okay. Okay. No, it's not okay. What happened? What happened? What? What's happening? A seg fault. Why am I getting a seg fault? And why was I not getting a seg fault before? Okay. Interesting. I think I'm gonna need to look at some curl options. So by default, it's disabled. Let's try this again. So the URL is what's the URL? Why can't I see the URL? Okay. Oh, it's a Rocket League music, really. Like, I played Rocket League, but I don't play with music. I don't know why. It's probably more fun with music, but I don't play with music. Because I like to focus on the game. And music maybe distracts me. And then when I'm programming with music. That doesn't make sense. But, yeah, sometimes. Oh, I'm a low rank. I'm not a high rank. I mostly played while I was at Ubisoft. So a lot of my colleagues liked it. And we played together, basically. So if I was to look at my rank, it would probably be trash. Yeah. Used to, yeah. But I worked on For Honor. Sadly not Rainbow. But it's basically the same engine anyways, so. Well, not the same, but. It's Scimitar. I think you can Google that. Like the Scimitar engine. Scimitar engine. Of course, it's not open source, but. Yeah. Anvil next. Oh, they changed the name. Ubisoft Anvil until 2009 known as Scimitar and until 2020 as Anvil Next. I mean, internally it's still called Scimitar. Yeah, it's similar. I mean, it's not similar to Unreal Engine. It's basically an engine like Unreal Engine, but it's not the same engine. So it works differently. But yeah, it was used on a couple of games. A couple. But they don't use this. They don't use the same Scimitar version. I don't know why they don't say that For Honor is in the games. Oh, yo, it's there. But I mean, it's funny that they put this. I don't know who puts this here on Wikipedia. Like, that's old. That's old information. Oof. That's German. So what year was that? Give me a sec. 2009. And that's in 2010? No, 2019? Why can't I read that date? What date is that? I don't care, Kotaku. To 1910. 2010. And that's... Yeah, okay. That's recent. So they talked about Scimitar in here. Scimitar. No, they don't even talk about Scimitar. Anyways. Yeah, but it basically... How can I explain that? So all the big companies are gonna have... Like Deck 13. You know Deck 13? That's in Germany. Maybe you don't. They make the Surge and the Surge 2. Okay. They're a company in Germany. So they have game engine. They have a video where they show their internal game engine. Oh my god. Lords is yeah, whatever. Let's write the Surge game engine. It's a demo. Yeah, they had a video where they showed their engine. That's not the right thing. So sad. I would need to find it again, but when I'm gonna find it, I'll ask Rob. So they probably Deck 13, D13 game engine. Yeah. I'm not gonna find it on here, but they basically showed how their engine works. And they have another editor that's similar to Unreal, but very different because it's adapted to the needs of their games. So, how it used to work in general. So, before Unity started in like 2009 and Unreal became popular like almost at the same time, studios needed to make their own game engines. But then companies started making their... companies like Unity started making game engines that are easily usable. So some studios stopped creating their own engines, but other big studios that are very old, like let's say Ubisoft, needed to... Well, they kept the engines that they use. Why? Mostly because they can adapt it to what they need it for. Also, using Unity has a cost, and for big studios that would cost a lot of money because it's like $13 per month per seat. So that's a lot of dough. So it's easier to just have their own internal engine. And anyways, their engines are quite old but quite refined also. So they have a lot of tools that they can use to make their games, and yeah. So that's why some studios have Unreal-like game engines, but they are internal to their studios. Basically. And yeah, Deck 13 made an engine, but I'm like we can go look at Deck 13 YouTube. Let's see if they have a video on YouTube. There's even a movie? Like what? So they're in Frankfurt. They're also a publisher, so for the game Crosscode. Flat Heroes. Yeah. There's a lot of ads for their game. But that's fine, I guess. But there was really a video. But I can't find it. So sad. I think it was another channel that had the video. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, maybe it works. I mean, it's just usually you would use a car pointer to show that. So, I'm gonna need to go, actually. I'm gonna go have supper with my girlfriend. Because it's almost 7 here. So, have a good time programming. I'll try to fix this in the coming days, probably. I won't stream Friday, maybe tomorrow. But it would be tomorrow morning, so that would be during your school day. So, yeah. We'll see. You can always watch the video on YouTube afterwards. Yeah, so see you next time. And have a good one. A good sleep, eventually. Okay. Let's go on Windows. And see you later.